Yo, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to find every single ancient glyph in Brimstone Sands. But before we jump into it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy New World content. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like this video or get something out of this video, please make sure to throw it a like as well. Now, what are ancient glyphs? Let's talk about that before we jump into the locations. And if you're only here and interested in the locations, make sure you use the timestamps below and it'll jump you to whichever glyph you're looking for. But for those of you who don't know what the ancient glyphs are, they are items that are scattered all over Brimstone Sands. And there's a total of 26 glyphs. You can see all of them by pressing the default key of J and then navigating to documents. And then from there, you can find Tales of Brimstone Sands and navigate to the chapter titled The Ancient Glyphs. You can see which glyph you have acquired and how many you have left to find. So why are acquiring these things so important? Well, acquiring these glyphs are necessary in order to loot the elite chests found in the area and to open up certain portals in the zone. If you have not acquired the glyph that matches up with the marking on the chest or the portal, then you're not going to be able to interact with them. You will be able to see if you can interact with the chest if the glyph on the front of the chest is glowing blue, and you only have to acquire the glyph one time and you'll own it forever and will be able to permanently access chests and portals that require the glyphs. These chests act just like any other elite chest in the game. They have a 24-hour cooldown once they are looted. The portals that you need the glyphs for are scattered throughout the zone, and whenever you interact with one, you can teleport to another location within the zone. They act as kind of like fast travel points, but they're going to send you to a specific location versus you being able to pick your destination. You can see the portals marked by icons on your map that have a hollow circle in the middle. So that's why these glyphs are so important to obtain. You're going to want these to open up all of the elite chests in the zone, and whenever people start going on the chest runs through Brimstone, if you haven't gotten the glyphs, you're not going to be able to access the chest. So with that being said, let's start to show you where to find every single ancient glyph in the game. One thing I forgot to mention is that as we go through this video, we'll be calling out numbers. Those numbers correspond with the numbers in your journal in game, so you can see like number 1, whenever we call it number 1, that'll be number 1 in your journal. You can also follow along at newworldfans.com. We have a guide over there, a written guide version of this that also outlines them in number form with an interactive map and a whole lot of other great tools for you guys to use that's included in that written guide, and I'll make sure to link that down in the description below. So the first glyph is called DINGTA. It's located at the Palace of Nekbet. So here you're just going to walk up the stairs. You're going to continue to walk until you get to the edge of this little area here. So you're going to know you're in the right place whenever you see all of the eagles nests or birds nests sitting here. And then whenever you get to the edge, you're just going to look down and you're going to see these half moon shaped platforms. You just drop down off of the platforms, but be careful not to fall here, because if you fall, you are going to have to run all the way back around, or you can use the unstuck feature if you remember. Make sure you are careful on that particular jump there. It is easy to miss and you can fall off. Once you're here, you're just going to get the ancient glyph. Now, one thing to remember whenever you're getting these glyphs is you must read them or press T to add them to your documents, or else you won't get credit for it. So make sure you do that as you move on. Number 2, JIIBA. This is located at the beds of TSADZUI. You do not want to go into the cave here. You want to make sure you go up top, up the stairs. If you go into the cave, there's tons of scorpions and the glyph is not there. If the glyph is kind of hidden on this one, make sure you go to the right, go up the stairs, and as you make your way up the stairs, there's a lot of scorpions here, so just be sure to either kill them or avoid them. And then once you're up the stairs, you're going to fall off of the side and you're going to find a secret entrance to get into the cave. But make sure you continue on up the stairs and don't fall off too soon, or you're going to have to probably walk all the way back up. So right here is where you drop off. Just drop all the way down, and then of course here you go. Here is the entrance to the cave. So you walk in here, and once you get up here to the ancient glyph, you'll be able to accept it, and then you can move on. So here is number 3. It is called KEYYA. It is located at Autumn's Way point of interest. So right in the middle of the area, there's the glyph. There's going to be a whole lot of mobs sitting here guarding it. There are a lot of archers around this area, and they do hit pretty hard, so make sure that you avoid those if you can. You can run around the side there like we did to avoid a lot of the mobs. Make sure you take out the archers if you have to. There are going to be a couple that you can't avoid, and then just clear the remaining mobs, and then you can walk up here and grab the glyph. Number 4 is TEYII. This is at the Great Shrine of Thoth. south. If you're standing at the spirit shrine, all you have to do here is go down the stairs to find the glyph. It's a very easy one to pick up. There's nothing here. There's no threat here. There's just a few flights of stairs you need to walk down. Once you're down the flights of stairs, it's just in the middle area here, and it's a very easy one to pick up. Number 5 is WETZUU. It's in the Oasis of Spontaneity. So you need to go to the Aqua and Uket point of interest, and you have to climb up this point of interest and then make your way across a very long bridge. One thing to point out here, if you notice the white markings on the rocks, whenever you're doing any kind of jump puzzle in New World, those are the markings that indicate where you need to go. So if you're ever confused or lost whenever you're doing one of these jump puzzles, just follow the white markings and you'll be just fine. So here there are a few mobs that you're going to have to either avoid or kill. Just be careful from the archer. They do hit very hard. Make your way up here and then make your way onto the bridge. Once you're onto this bridge, it is a very long bridge. You're going to be on this bridge for a good while. Just make sure not to fall off. You have to start all the way over. And then once you get to the very end of the bridge, you're going to have to fall off. Now, this is a little bit tricky. If you fall off here, you got to start over. So make sure you're very careful. Again, just follow the white markings right here. Just be very careful you don't fall off the ledge. You turn around and there's the glyph sitting right there. Now you have number 6. This is CRUUJ'II. It's in Heliopolis. This is an elite point of interest, so make sure you bring friends. We were able to knock this one out with 3 people, but it was rather difficult, so just be careful whenever you get here. There is a boss fight up these stairs that you have to take on. And once you're up here, you just take on the boss fight and you'll be able to grab the glyphs. So here's the boss. He is pretty tough. He has a lot of health. He also has a pet with him there, so you can take out the ad first or the pet first and then kill the boss. And then once you do so, you can pick up the glyph. And then after you get this glyph, there's a couple of chests down there you can see that you can open up right away as well. So that one is number 6. It is an elite point of interest, and you have to work your way almost all the way to the end of the elite zone to pick this one up. It is a rather difficult one to do. Make sure bring friends. Number 7 is AMBA. This is in Diopolis. So you need to go through the door here. There's going to be several mobs inside. You just need to kill them. They are rather tough. There's going to be another set of mobs before you go up these stairs here. You're going to have to take those out or just run up the stairs if you choose. And then once you get up here, there's going to be a couple of more enemies that you need to take out. And then you're going to go through another door into this little corridor here to kill these 2 guards. And then you simply just go through this door up to the top, and there you will find the glyph. This one can be tricky because the mobs can be pretty difficult. You may want to bring friends if you don't feel like you can solo it. Number 8 is PIMBII. This is in the Kefri arena. So here you just need to kill the boss and the glyph is going to spawn in the arena. However, this boss only spawns during the daytime. So if you're here at night, the boss will not spawn. So make sure you come here during the day. And for this one, you are going to need a lot of friends. There are tons of archers in the arena, and it's a pretty crazy fight. So just make sure you bring a lot of friends with you to take this boss out. Once you take the boss out, the glyph spawns in the middle and you are done. The next glyph, number 9, is JIIBA. This is at the Pools of Orcus. This one is very easy to pick up. There are a couple of mobs here that you might need to take out, and there is acid. Do not stand in the acid for too long or you will die. Just grab that one and you're good. Number 10 is HIMDE. It's at the Temple of Isis. You can find the glyph in the southern part of the area. There's several mobs guarding the glyph that you're going to need to kill, but this one is not too bad. There's a big mob right there that you can see to the left. He's not too terrible. What you have to watch out for here again are the archers that shoot you from range. They do quite a lot of damage. Just be careful of those. Then you can grab the glyph there. Number 11 is AABER. This one is at the Lamp of Osiris. So this one here, you just need to make your way up the stairs into this main room. This main room is very easy to find. Just go up the stairs and you can't miss it. Once you're in this main room, there's a boss that's in the middle there. You see him. You can either run past him or kill him, and then you hook an immediate right down to this little corridor. Once you're in this corridor, just keep going straight, hook another right through the hole in the wall, and the glyph is right here on your right. Just pick that up and you can be on your way. Number 12 is the Palace of Pillars. This one is a little bit tricky. This one is a very it's a very crazy jump puzzle with a little bit of a surprise at the end. So you just need to make your way all the way to the back side of this point of interest, find the small pillar, and then you start jumping up them as you see here. And again, notice the white markings. That's going to tell you exactly where you need to go. So some of these jumps are a little bit tricky. You may need to take your time to make them. This one in particular, I did miss the first time I tried it, and the next one I missed as well. And if you do miss any of these jumps along the way, you have to start all the way over. So just make sure you're careful whenever you're doing these. So you're just going to continue to jump up here. As you can see, just be careful not to drop off of the pillars. Then once you get to the end of this thing, there is a goat that spawns whenever you access the pillars. So just be very, very careful, because whenever you access the glyph, whenever you access the glyph, the goat spawns and he will knock you off. The first time I did this, I didn't know about the goat. He knocked me off and I had to go all the way back and do this entire puzzle over to get the glyph. It was quite toxic. The goat's name is J Stubbles though, which is an Easter egg for one of the devs that works on New World. Shout out J Stubbles. He's an amazing person, and he's just an awesome human being. So shout out J Stubbles. I thought it was very hilarious that this goat was in the game and named after him. But as you access the glyph or jump across, you can see there he is spawning. There's Stubbles the goat. Stubbles the Goat King, rather. Pretty awesome. So that one is number 12, the Palace of Pillars. Number 13 is in the Haru Plaza. You just need to follow the road into the entrance and then go north to find the glyph. So here you're just going to make your way through the entrance from the road. You're going to go up the stairs there to the left. You're just going to kind of keep following this path up. This is a fairly easy one to get. There are some mobs guarding it, and again, these archers are kind of the problem. Just try to clear them out. You can bring friends with you. This one is soloable. Most of these are soloable except for the elite zones. Then here you just take out the mobs you see and then grab the glyph. Number 14, this one is a little bit tricky. You can have the quest to do this one, but there is another way to get the glyph that we found. So as you can see, I did not have the quest. We're going to hop over this wall here and make our way up the mountain. The quest, I believe, is called A God Awakens, but it is part of the story. It is probably the easier way to access this one, so you may just want to do the quest versus coming over here and cheesing it like this, but there is a way to get it nonetheless. You just kind of be a mountain goat and you crawl up these mountains here, and here, right here with this little structure you see in front of you, you're just going to go under it. You don't want to keep staying on the mountain. You want to go under this structure over to the next structure, and on the next structure there's going to be a few portals over here. So this next part is very important because you are going to make sure you take the correct portal. So the portal you want to take here, or the teleporter you want to take, is the middle one. The middle teleporter will take you up to the platform you just went underneath, and from there you are just going to jump down on the right side of this little area here. And whenever you jump down on the right side, you have to be careful. Again, this is a situation where if you fall off, you have to start all the way over. So make sure you're careful, make sure you don't fall off. Just follow this ledge around until you can make it onto the mountain. Make it onto the mountain, and then we're just going to follow the mountain all the way around until we come upon another structure. You can see it there in the distance. Once we get up here, we're just going to hop over the wall. Once we hop over the wall here, you will be able to see inside of here where the glyph is. So we just continue forward, and again, we're doing this without the quest, so I don't know if this will always be an option to do. They may fix this at some point, I don't know, but for right now you can do it. So you jump in here. Here's the area. There's a huge chest in the middle that I'm assuming is a part of the quest, and then you just come back here and you grab the glyph that's at the end here. So that one is number 14, so you can get there without the quest. Number 15 is at the Great Wall of Nebet. So this one, you need to go activate a couple of teleporters. So you need to activate the teleporter at the Spirit Shrine, the one that we were at earlier, to get the TEYII glyph. And then whenever you're there, you're just going to take the next portal straight ahead. This is going to take you to this room. You're just going to activate this teleporter, which is then going to take you into this little room here at the Great Wall. Whenever you're at this room, all you're going to do here is make your way up to the very top point of the wall, and you'll be able to find the glyph. There are some mobs here that you're going to have to kill along the way, so just be careful. You can solo this one too. None of the mobs here are too terribly hard, but once you make it to the top, you can grab the glyph and you can be on your way. So the next one is number 15, or excuse me, number 16. This one is at Hermopolis. So here you're just going to go straight up here and take a yellow teleporter. You cannot miss it once you go up the stairs. This one is a pretty easy one to get. There's not much opposition for mobs or anything. You just go through the teleporter. It's going to take you kind of to this underground area. You're just going to make your way around to the glyph. You're going to grab that thing, and that's it. Number 17, this one is called Bay Yeg. This one is at the end of the Ennead or the Ennead expedition, however you want to say it. All you have to do here is complete the expedition. Once you finish the last boss, kill the last boss, win the fight, you can then walk over and grab the glyph and you can be on your way. Now, the next one is number 18. This one is called RIIGA. It is at the Arit in Geb. It is located in the middle of the POI. This is a very easy one to get. There's just one mob guarding it. He does hit pretty hard, so be careful. Once you take him out, you can grab the glyph and you'll be done there. Number 19 is at Setet. This is another pretty easy one to grab. There really isn't any resistance here to speak of. You just walk to the POI, walk to the center and grab it. Number 20 is at the Forge of Ptah at the top of the main area. There's going to be several mobs. There's going to be one big mob guarding the glyph. You take them out and you can grab the glyph. The big mob, you can take him out if you want to, or you can sneak behind him and grab it. His back is turned to the glyph. You don't necessarily have to kill him to pick up the glyph, so it's not a hard one to get either. Then we have a number 21. So this one is in an elite area. This is another one you're going to need friends for. It is at the very southern part of the area. There's a lot of elite mobs guarding the glyph, so you want to make sure you bring friends for this one. You're going to have to take out the mobs here. We couldn't find a way to sneak around them, or at least I couldn't, because this is at the very, very southern part back of this elite zone. So once you're there, you defeat the mobs, you pick up the glyph, and you will be good. The next one is number 22. It is at the Ordeal of the Scorpion. This is very similar to the Scarab boss, only the Scorpion only spawns at night. So you make sure you come over here at night. The other one only spawns during the day. The Scorpion fight is a lot easier than the Scarab fight, so you don't need quite as many friends. But come do this one. That point of interest is at the very north of Brimstone Sands. Take him out. It spawns there. The next one is number 23. This one is at Serpent's Pass, so it's in the southern part of the area. You're going to open your map, find the platform with the 3 little segments, and the glyph is there. There's a few mobs guarding it. You're just going to take them out, and then you're going to grab the glyph. So now we're on to number 24. This is at Castrum Victualis. So don't go into the POI here. This one is just located in some ruins right outside, a very easy one to grab. So now we're at number 25. This is at Heka's Cauldron. It's just right in the middle of the area. A pretty easy one to pick up, but again, there is acid here, so make sure you bring some acid potions, because if you stand in that acid, you will die. The last one is number 26. It's at the Soapdew Hot Springs. It's just right in the middle of the area. This can be a little hairy though. There are some mobs here that are pretty strong. There's a lot of these alligators down here, and there's some scorpions, and then there's some of the stretchy arm guys down here. This area can be pretty dangerous, and if you're not careful, you will die down here. You can pull a whole bunch of mobs on you, so just be careful. You might want to kill them as you go along, and then once you make it over there, just grab the glyph and you are good. So that is all 26 glyphs in Brimstone Sands.